Sanibonani, ninjani? Sesifikile njalo isikhathi sendoni yamanzi no-African Fairy. Ngithemba liphilile. Hi, how are you? I trust that you're doing well wherever you are. This is the time for Indoni Yamanzi with African Fairy. Before siqhubekela phambili, sithanda ukwamukela umoya wothando, umoya wokukhanya, umoya weqiniso, umoya wenjabulo, umoya wenkululeko, umoya warrior spirit. We'd like to welcome the energies of love, of light, of peace, of truth, of freedom, of energies of courage. So there is no fear in this channel. If you're going to be watching this channel, you're going to have courage. Courage. That's the one thing that's the one driving force that you should never lose in your life. Courage, bravery, resilience, that ability to move even when odds are against you, the ability to persevere regardless of what may be happening. The storms may be falling, crumbling, but you're like, I know where I'm going and I'm going there. So that's the courage that we want in this channel, and we welcome that spirit, the warrior spirit. If you're gonna be watching this channel, I hope I hope it's warriors that are watching me, not people that are going to faint. The Bible says, I told you, just because I'm telling you that the Bible has got half truth does not mean that it's all wrong. It's got half truth, so there is still information in there that you can still use, that can equip you, that can still help you to navigate your path. So the Bible says, if you faint on the day of adversity, your faith is weak. So yeah, I hope you are persevering, you're brave. No matter what is happening, always be brave, because God rewards the bravery. That's why over and over, I don't even know how many times in the Bible, whenever I try to use numbers, I get the statistics wrong. But I don't know how many times in the Bible it emphasizes, do not be afraid, do not fear, do not be afraid, because fear is what the enemy uses to trap you, not to go for your dreams, not to go for your purpose, not to go for what you were called here to do. The enemy uses fear to convince you you're not good enough. What will people say? How can I do this? I don't have enough resources to even do this. Enemy always gives you reasons, but everything is emanating from fear. This is Indoni Yamanzi. Listen with discernment. This information might be triggering for some of you. The information that is shared on this channel is based on my experiences. I love you. So today, I want to talk about the effects of this system, the half truth that I spoke about. If you didn't see the video where I speak about how the Bible, okay, I'm just gonna recap, right? So I did say on the previous video where I was speaking about why women have been struggling with identity for millennia. For centuries, women have been struggling with identity issues. And I did tell you that upon my own research, when I was looking for answers for my own self, I saw that the issue comes in the spiritual book that we use as a driving force to lead our lives. Because when we are using the book, the religious books, it's like a compass. It's like a compass that is directing you, and anything that you use spiritually, it builds up who you are, right? So I did say that there are systems that are at place designed to keep you confined in that level of thinking that you are currently on. So most things that I might be saying here ungezwa engathi ngiyahlanya, or ingathi ngihlokoloza wena, or ingathi why vele ngikhuluma ngalezi zinto, is because when you've been conditioned for a long time ukuthi ucabange ngenye indlela, ma omunye umuntu eseza neqiniso, or and when it's not what you were told, it's like finding out that your whole life has been a lie. And I know how that feels, because I told you ukuthi mina ngakhulela esontweni. Since ngizalwa ngakhulela esontweni, ngaze ngathi ngafika emaphethelweni where God said the church way of doing things now has ended for you. Kunezinye izinto esemfuna ukukubonisa zona ezingaphandle kwesonto, yikho la esengikhona manje. So kodwa ngesikhathi lufika lolu lwazi, nami bengisilwa, like no, ngendlela bengifuna ukuprotecta ngakhona iBhayibheli. Abantu bengisonto nabo bayazi ukuthi mina nesonto like this. Like this. Even my family bebazi ukuthi to get me out of the church, I'll be at Tuesday prayer, I'll be at the practice on the Thursday, or the home groups, I'll be at the praise and worship practice, and inside the church I had positions. I'm the counselor, I'm a Sunday school teacher, I'm in the praise and worship team, I'm in the finance team. I love church. I love church so much, because it groomed me, right? So it not that just because I'm saying the Bible has got half truth, I'm not saying that it's not beneficial to go to church. If the church is standing in the right principles, it can still help you. It can still help direct you to the right path. Okay, so and if you are going there, the number one thing is all about you, your heart, the condition of your heart. Not ukuthi uzothi praise and worship beyingayenzi ini umfundisi namhlanje ubekabanda, umzwile loya, ubonile ubani. If you are going with that mentality, vele then stay at home, hlala phansi. Mawuzohamba uyokuthi ubani kayenzanga what hlala phansi, and then do the work usendlini, ngoba if you're not gonna do the things that you are meant to do. You're not gonna get to where you're meant to be because you're already distracted. Mawusiya esontweni ufika ube distracted because it's an inward thing. Ukuhlanganelana, I made a video ukuthi esontweni ma abantu behlanganelana laphaya bemoya munye, one spirit, they uplift that spirit of oneness, of love, of saying we all believe in this thing that we're doing. It raises, it's like it's a good aroma to the Most High. Like God can hear inkalazo zenhliziyo zabantu abahlanganeleyo. It's good. But if you're going to go there to do the wrong things, then hlala phansi. Angithi. So I want to speak about the damage that the system, because I'm telling you that there's an imbalance that is happening at the moment. Ukuthi iBhayibheli likuphakamisa enye ingxenye isalela ngaphansi. Ngibonisa ukuthi what are the effects of ukuthi lento le iyenzeke kanjalo, ngoba I've lived the reality of the effects. So maybe abanye bona ngathi ngiyahlanya ukuthi why ngikhuluma lezi zinto lezi, it's because I've seen first hand experience how this damages the society and damages people's lives. Lokho kwenzekileyo ukuthi bacime eyinye bazama ukunyathezela phansi enye ingxenye baphakamise enye ingxenye, how that damages people's lives. Angithi. So one of the painful things emhlabeni which I've experienced, mina, is the ability to see what other people do not see. That is the most painful gift that God can ever give you. Makuthiwa Pisces, ngathi bathi Pisces is loved more by God. It's not an easy. being a Pisces or being a spiritually evolved person who can see what other people do not see, it's a gift, but it comes with so much heaviness, that gift. So ukubona izinto abanye abantu abangaziboni yinto ebuhlungu njalo esindayo emphefumulweni kwalowo muntu obonayo. So nganichazela, okay, so bengi lobudlelwane nobhuti lo uNkulunkulu angilethele yona ukuthi philisanani, angithi. So mangifika la empilweni yakhe ngitshelile ukuthi bekunosisi ovukile lapho wahlasela lobo budlelwane ne. So yabona kubuhlungu ukuthi ubone izinto uzame ukubonisa umuntu yena lo muntu angayiboni lento wena oyibonayo and ayikho into ongayenza ngakho lokho. So lo bhuti lo bekathi yena akakholelwa entweni angaziboni ngamehlo akhe. If it's something that he cannot see, if it's something is not vivid in his eyes, he does not believe in it. So I spent my entire life in that relationship, kulobo budlelwano ngizama ukumbonisa ukuthi you are in danger, your impilo yakho is in danger ngoba lo muntu lo akalunganga. And inhliziyo yami iyadabuka kakhulu kulabo baba abanezingane with abafazi abafana nalabo ngoba basebenzisa ingane to hold the man, to bind the man, they bind and then they still do imithi to make sure that they keep that man attached to them. Yabona? So yabona ngiyambonisa ukuthi lo muntu lo akakufiseli into ezinhle, ufuna ukukusebenzisa and mayaqeda kusebenzisa uzokulahla, uzoyenza anything ngawe. And ngalesi sikhathi sengibonisiwe mina as the one that abantu abazalwa ngo-Pisces or even spiritually evolved people, because I don't want to keep this contained ukuthi because I'm a Pisces, it's because I'm a Pisces, because bakhona abantu aba spiritually evolved abakhona ukubona through amaphupho, visions and any kind downloads. They just get downloads nje, ngesilungu bathi is downloads, ukuthola information. Maybe you are meditating and then uzokuzwa ukukhuluma ukuthi this is going to happen, usibane bani uzoshona or kunengozi ezoyenzakala. Maybe uyathandaza and then uzwa izwi likutshela ukuthi lo muntu usengozini, this person is in danger. So it's not just Pisces, but Pisces ngoba basephethelweni, they are at the end of the zodiac sign. It is their everyday life. If banjalo nje, we just dream dreams, we're not intending. Like mina impilo yami ngiyibona emaphuphweni, then later on mase kwenzakala ngithi ngiyakhumbula ngike ngayiphupha lento le yenzeke so, and then ngiyabona mangithi I'm in my prayer session or I'm meditating, I can be shown visions. And when I'm being shown visions, that's the most painful part. When I'm being shown visions, it's as if lento le yenzakala there and there. I can be shown visions of into eyenzakala kudala, kodwa mayingathi yenzakala ngiyiboniswa like kuyabe kungathi sekwenzakala kimi, that thing that was happening. So sengibonisiwe ukuthi lo sisi lo ophilisana nalo bhuti has done this thing before. Uyayenza vele le into, uphila kanjalo yena. Laba abantu besifazana badinga amadoda who are kind, abanenhliziyo ezinhle. When they find you ukuthi inhliziyo yakho ibuthakathaka and you are so loving, they hook themselves on you and then bakubambe ngengane and then they start. Usually la bengizokhuluma ngabo is because mina la uNkulunkulu angisa khona is because there is a stronghold that needs to be broken. ne? So it's either that person must now realize ukuthi into abayenzayo it's wrong, then they change from that, from functioning in that thing, and repent and change their ways. Or if they want to continue, they will continue in their path doing what they're doing, but now they will have to face the consequences zokuthi uNkulunkulu usebatshelile ukuthi stop doing this thing. And then if they continue, they're going to face the consequences of continuing after you've been warned. So many people choose death. They choose death, and then nina niyakhala, oh usibanibani sekashonile, alazi ukuthi lo muntu lo uyikhethele le ndlela yakhe. uNkulunkulu bekamtshelile ukuthi yeka lento yenzayo, stop what you're doing, stop. Like most of the people, I started writing poems at the time when I was discovering ukuthi these people are still continuing to attack. But ngabatshela ukuthi stop attacking, ngoba you're attacking yourself. Attack mina, and I'm made in the same fabric that you are made, that the creator of the universe made me and you from. And mine kuluma, when I'm standing here, I'm representing, because I'm kulum from my head. I'm not just speaking nonsense. I'm speaking the downloads in pacha umlayos of which I should speak. But if you're now attacking the messenger that is sent to come and speak, you're attacking God. I wrote, if you can follow my Facebook, Elsie Mandwa, scroll down, you'll see the poems that I was writing, because I write that I'm saying stop what you're doing, because God is going to expose you in a way that you cannot even deny, because God, the things of God, you know what, angithi ngabonisa ama visions ukuthi sekayake wayenza lezi zinto lezi, finds these men basebenza ngemithi, then they are under spell sakhe, then she gets whatever she wants, then she gets rid of them. Angithi lezo, gets rid of them, ne? So wangitshela, and even if kunentombazana, kungaba nentombazana efikayo lana engathi ya disturb into zakhe, like ukuthi maybe le ndoda lese engathi seyifuna ukujola what, she'll try to get rid of you in her own way, in natural ways. If she sees ukuthi ungathi you are stubborn, she'll get rid of you. She'll get rid of you. So this is what they do. They use the spirit of divination to find out information about this man, their victim, their target. So then they attach themselves so that they can siphon the energy of this man. So you can look for that term, siphon energy. So then they'll be taking that man's energy to use it to make money. That's how they make money. So so they attach themselves to the men through sexual activities, or through the spells, like they do dark magic and it. So like I said, they use the spirit of divination, like bayamba bayabuzisa ngawe ebantwini, or they go to the some spiritualists that do these things to ask about your life, and then they start, if you are a man, then and you have good energy, because they target this, especially men who have the call of God but do not know that they have the call of God over their lives. So those are their number one targets, because their energy is very rich. Their energy is very, very rich, and it's abundant. That means that that person has an abundance from God that they are supposed to receive, but they don't know their call yet, so they are not yet receiving that abundance. So those people know that, so they'll be taking. So they never leave this man. They can create drama, like they are breaking up with you, but all those are mind manipulation games, so that they keep this person in a confused state, so that they never go into their path. So they can go break up, act as if they are breaking up. So that's how I got into this relationship, because in this man's mind, they had already broken up. They were not together with this woman. So then I met him. So when a woman find out that this man was now moving on, that's when she started to fight. to fight me, because they always want to keep themselves attached to these people. They never want to, they have no intention of leaving that relationship ever. They can be dramatic, acting as if they are breaking up, but it's just mind manipulation. And then with the women that come into the picture, they also do divination. They find out information. They go and ask about about this person. I don't know what information they use, whether they take your picture or they use, I don't know, but they find out information about you. Also, then they destiny swap. If you have that call of God also over if the woman has got that call of God and has not yet found their purpose, they unalive you and then they swap the destiny to become you. So that's how they work. That's how they make money. So it always seems like they are never they never run out of luck, or they always have things, but it's because that is their business. So they can siphon energies of people even while people are still alive, or they can destiny swap with you. So that's the dark magic that I'm talking about. So I think ngesintu, this is what's called ukuthwala. So bayathwala ngawe, bathwala ngamadoda. It's not just abafazi abathwalayo, but mina lana ngikhuluma ngesimo engidlule kiso kube kungumfazi obekathwala ngale ndoda le. So bayathwala ngamadoda, then bayathwala ngamantombazane, or ngabantu laba mawufika lana uzophazamisa lobo budlelwano babo, then bazo unalive you and then bayathwala ngawe. So baphila, mina bengiboniswa nje ukuthi uNkulunkulu uthi ufuna ukusibhidliza lesi sigodlo lesi sika Sathane lesi, ukusibhidliza ngoba sesithethe abantu, sithatha abantu abaningi lesi sigodlo lesi. So basebenza njalo, and mina bekumele ngizoveza lemfihlo le eyenzekayo phakathi lapho, ukuthi lokhu akubuye ekukhanyeni lokhu, this dark magic. So bayathwala ngabantu and then basebenzisa i-chaos magic to keep the men confused. So it's chaos magic. Chaos magic ukuthi umuntu ahlale esevalweni, ehlale sesaba, ahlale confused. So that's the chaos magic that they use. So amadoda, they don't just unalive them nje, angithi uyakhona ukuthwala ngayo continuously. Amadoda, they unalive them uma sekavuleka amehlo, sekafuna ukuphuma, like ma sekafuna ukuphuma kulobo budlelwane, like really want to completely leave completely, that's when they unalive them. But they don't just unalive them instantly, amadoda, like the men in the relationship. That's why they have to keep the attachment, so amadoda, they don't just unalive them. Only when they want to leave, only when they are waking up and then they want to leave, then that's when they have to be unalived. I told you ukuthi mina uNkulunkulu ungifaka esigodlweni where no one can survive. Ma ungangibona ngikhuluma mina, I'm talking about real life things that have happened that are scary, like you wouldn't even believe nje, like impilo yami nje mangakutshela ngempilo yami ukuthi sekwenzeke so kwenzeka so ngadlula lana kwadlula la, vele angeke ubelieve ne. So wena mamela nje ma uthi ha so uthi kimi, angithi wena ukholelwa kuNkulunkulu, angithi wena you believe in God. Let me tell you something, mina I don't. I don't believe in God. I'm going to show you. Ngizokubonisa ukuthi who am I. And then ngathi mina, go ahead. If you watch that video that I posted with how does witchcraft work, I spoke about this part. How does witchcraft work? You look for that video. Ne? So then I said, no, do your best. Do whatever you think you can do. I'm sure she went and she did the things. But now my issue was that I was brought into this situation. I believe that God brought me into that situation to help that man that was in there. So now I keep trying to save this man, telling him, lo muntu lo akalunganga, lo muntu wenza kanje, lo bhuti wangitshela ukuthi hey mina if ngingazange ngambona lo muntu lo ayenza lento le ngazange ngayibona le evidence, I can't believe into God said, and it's a person ongakholelwayo kulezi zinto lezi ze spiritual ne. And then the moment now when that lady found out ukuthi I'm in this man's life, that's when she fights more to come to keep that man ne. So she studies me, angstudy ukuthi okay, so yikho lokho kufuna yile ndoda le, and then she goes and becomes me. She becomes me. A better version of me. So because so she doesn't shout, she does not do drama. Okay, so now I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, because most people think I'm just this naive person, sweet person or whatever, and I'm like that. It's part of me. It's another part of me. I told you, see, don't ever look at a Pisces and say you're like this. No, there's many things to me. Mostly a Pisces is just going to be what you need at that particular moment. We study you, we see, okay, you're at this level, and then we will be with you in that level. That's why we like being alone, because we can't be something for someone all the time, right? So we're gonna have to have our own time where we can be our weird self all we want and don't have limits, because if we expose who we are to somebody fully, I think their brains might explode. No offense, no, I'm serious. Ne? It's like, I don't think, like I'm saying, the things that I've gone through, I don't think you would even comprehend or you would even understand. So I tried to warn this man, but I could not warn this man. No matter how much I tried, and then God ended up telling me, leave, because it's up to him. The only way he's going to hear you. Oh, and by the way, these women, they usually target men who are emotionally wounded. They study you, right? So this kind of women that I want to speak about are the women that the system has created by making the world more masculine and less feminine. So the divine feminine indawo yomfazi ongcwele ophila kahle ivalekile. So mabe ivala le ndawo leyo, because abafuna ukukhuluma ngayo ngithi bathi God is he, so there is no God she. So they've erased. There's something that happens whenever the system does not understand something, they erase it. Whenever they don't understand something, they get rid of it. Like angithi nganitshela ukuthi there is a star sign that is missing, but it's Ophiuchus, and that star sign controls the unseen. It's not a coincidence. Do you think it's a coincidence? They remove the Ophiuchus, the star sign that controls the unseen world, ne? Then they remove the she god, right? Because I told you, in our African culture, the gods, everything is balanced. Everything was balanced even before the Bible came into existence. Everything was balanced, right? So now when you remove one part, so this is how magic works. I don't know, most people think there's no magic. Magic is everything. Magic is you writing down something, you thinking something. I'm always telling you that you are a magician. Whatever you think, you can become. And I've told you, you are who you are because of the thoughts that you've been thinking, because that's what you've been manifesting. That's what you've been manifesting all your life. Your thoughts, if you are thinking, oh, this is happening to me, oh, that's what you are manifesting. So magic is everything. So this is not just me who knows this information. Many people know this information, especially the people that made this system to be like that. So when somebody is presenting you with a Bible that is imbalanced, talking about the more masculine and less feminine, I don't just joke about anything. Our jokes can be spiritual. Like, my conversations with people are very, very limited. I've noticed that, because I don't just speak just because I'm lomlomo in the tongue, I should just speak. No. And I don't joke about life, because I'm always conscious of what am I saying? What am I hearing? What am I seeing? I'm so conscious that I cannot just joke about life and other things. So that makes me to be very introverted, because I can just hear and I'm like, there's no need for me to get involved in this conversation. It does not add value to me. It's just a waste of energy. So I don't do small talk. So if I'm going to be talking, it means there is something in that conversation that's building someone. The person that I'm speaking to, they are being built, or is building me, or is building the community at large. But I don't just speak for the sake of speaking. So I'm saying this to tell you that izinto zakaNkulunkulu kimi is not a joke. If you hear me speaking about the things of God, it's not a joke. Do you understand? Uma ngikhuluma ngento zikaNkulunkulu, akusinto zokudlala. uNkulunkulu nguNkulunkulu. Ngumkhulu. That is not a joke. Don't joke about God. Don't joke that you believe in God when you go around doing, because izenzo, your actions. That's why I keep saying that this Christianity of acting and I don't know what you do, like you go and do things and then you want to act to the church, or you want to act to the church members to act like you are right or what. Christianity is in your heart. Your actions, they speak. That's what God sees, who you truly are. So this thing of doing things and then you're gonna go and start crying and repenting at church, I don't know. That's your life. That's how you choose to do your own things. But I'm going to tell you that the things of God are not a joke. They are not a joke. And the same words that I gave to this lady when she started attacking me in this relationship, she said to me, oh, so you believe in God. I wish I could really break this down in a way that you can really, really understand that people know what is happening. Magic is just speech, you speaking. So when somebody is giving you a book, and then they are telling you that this book is how you are supposed to live your life, ne? And then inside there are things that don't add up. If you are reading that text inside there and you are taking it in, it's building you, it's creating you, it's renewing your mind, it's making you what that book says you should be like. That is magic at its deepest form, right? So now these people know what they are doing when they are doing that. One, when they are removing the star sign that controls magic, or that makes the supernatural to be tangible. Because I think I once made a video where I told you that there is a time before these illusions started where the spirit world and the physical world were one. We were one with the spirit, and the body was once one thing, where there was no deception, where there was no manipulation. And that time is when the masculine and the feminine were recognized together in harmony, in balance, right? And then someone decided, no, they don't want this thing to be like this. During the age of Pisces, because the age of Pisces can create so many illusions, because the Pisces is everything and nothing, right? Please underline that. So during that time, because the Pisces age has lasted for over 2000 years, so that gives this system enough time to change everything and make things that are not seem as if they are, right? So now for over 2000 years, you can't tell me that you this can't be. What I'm saying can't be, because what you believe is the truth. Because like this Pisces age has been reigning for over 2000 years. So if you don't believe in this Pisces age story, try me. I'm a Pisces. You think you might know me, but I'm telling you, you don't even know me. I always laugh when people think they know me, because I'm like, you don't even know nothing about me. I don't even know myself fully. So imagine a time frame of 2000 years of a Pisces age where you can't figure out what is true and what is not. The reason why we can now come out and speak is because we are now out of Pisces. We are now in the age of Aquarius, where we can only see what is true. Aquarius does not say I believe. Pisces statement is I believe, because you cannot see. The Aquarius statement is I know, because we are now speaking about things that are evidence. There is now evidence. That's why I keep saying you're going to see many things falling off. If your character is not built on truth, it's going to shatter. If a relationship is not built on truth, it's going to shatter. If a family is not built on truth, it's going to shatter. If a business is not built on truth, it's going to shatter. If the world is not built on truth, it's going to shatter. And the true things are now going to. So when I'm saying shatter, I'm not saying beliga and then. If you don't want to change, like I was saying, that some people, they are warned. Like when I'm saying, when I come into a place where when I come into contact with a person, there's learning that must happen. I have to learn something about that person, and that person must also learn something about me. But if they choose not to learn, then they have to face the consequences of wanting to remain stuck in the same place. Because me, on my side, I'm telling you, I'm always alert to know what am I learning here, and I'm learning, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to change. I'm going to take that information and truly apply it on my life and make the changes that I'm supposed to make. So I'm telling you that this system, they knew exactly what they were doing when they were removing that officious sign, which controls the unseen, so that people don't believe in the unseen. So right now, if you try to tell somebody about witchcraft, they think you are crazy or you're imagining things, wada. Some people know about it, but they don't want to speak about it. So that's what has become because of this thing of removing that star sign, right? So there are always effects whenever. That's how magic works. So you remove something, because magic is as simple as writing or deleting something. That's magic. We are living in a magical world. Guys, wake up. We are living in a magical world. The world is magical. Simple things that you think are simple things are not just simple things. You're not just saying words, you are creating. You understand? So when they came with this Bible, which is imbalanced, they also knew what they were doing, because there's no feminine in there, there's no woman in there. So it means these people want to use this magic in a way that no one can tell what they are doing, because they have removed the star sign. So which means no one now believes in the magic, because the star sign is not there anymore. They've removed the where people can verify. They removed the reference point. So now there's no reference point. Then now they give you this book, which is in balance, and tell you this is exactly how things are, and this is how God wants you to live your life. And you don't know that, because now there's no that sign is not there. It's an illusion now. It's an illusion that has been created. You understand? So when they do that, when they remove the true essence of spirituality, of how the woman is also supposed to stand in balance then they rise up a woman that operates in the darkness, that does things behind doors. Because just because you removed something does not mean that energy is energy. You cannot destroy energy. So it means that the energy of that woman is still there, but now that woman can no longer operate in the light. She now operates in the shadow. So that's where we get these women that now want to do ubutagat, that now practice dark magic, which is called witchcraft, ne? So because of that system, we now have this kind of women which I had to encounter, who thought that she could throw me off, who thought that she could get rid of me using her dark magic. But she did not know ukuthi mina I work with a force that cannot be comprehended. I work with the light magic force, ne? So because mina I never bought into this thing of this is exactly what this world is. I've always been questioning things since I was a young child. I told you I could see that, hey, no, this is not, what is this now? What is this? What's happening? And I told you I've always kept my heart pure, right? So that leaves room. When you leave your heart pure, you create capacity for the light to work in you, through you. You understand? You create capacity for God, for the full force of God. So now God can move through you and correct the things that are not right through you. Because you create, I'm not special. You can do it also. If you choose to leave the dark magic, that's why I'm telling you, this woman, she was warned. God, I see visions that God says, I've warned this woman to not attack you. I've warned this woman. I've warned this person. So you are always warned. It's all a matter of choice. So people make their own choices to still continue to do the things that they are doing after they've been warned. So me, I made my own decision that I want, because I grew up in a way that I didn't like. Because there was a lot of truth that was concealed around me. There were a lot of, I could see weird things that, no, what is this? So I made a conscious decision. I said, when I told you that there's a time I used to want to die a lot. I used to want to commit suicide. Until a time when I said, no, now I want to know the truth. I want to live and I want to fulfill my destiny. And that was a full turnaround for me at that time. Because by simply saying that, I want to live and I want to fulfill my destiny, and I said, you, God, the creator, the one that made me here, that made me to be in this place, show me what my purpose is. And then that's when I started, my intuition and the visions, the dreams started to be very, very vivid. And I started seeing things so vivid that's why I could see these things, what this woman was doing. The moment I saw her, like in person, I could go like, oh my God, this one, like, I don't like saying this, but okay, I don't hate people. I just hate the behavior. So when I'm around a person who's toxic, my spirit just goes like, like everything just starts being sour when I'm around a toxic person. So the moment I met that woman, oh my God, my whole spirit could tell me that this woman operates in the shadow fully. She's just So now what I was saying is that because this system has done this thing to manipulate things, now the woman of light can no longer rise up, because whenever the woman of light try to rise up, they have these dark forces, the other people that operate in dark magic, that try to suppress them so that the truth can never be known ever. So even me speaking like this, I speak, most people cannot speak the things that I speak, because they are scared that they're gonna be, they'll get rid of them. Many people have disappeared because they speak the things that I speak. But me, it's in my DNA to speak. I was born to say the information that I'm saying now. So I don't have fear when I'm saying the things that I'm saying, because there are forces behind me backing up to say these things, because they are saying, God is saying, it's enough. We are now done with the illusion. Now it's time for the truth. And I was born to speak this truth, and no one can shut me up from speaking this truth, right? So now the system created a Jezebel. So when this Bible comes and then it tells you God is a he, our father. And then when it comes to the woman is given the apple. So already they are creating a woman that entices sin, that chooses to sin and then makes the man sin. Because what they're doing is manifesting what they are writing there, and you are believing that those stories. They are manifesting that into our lives. So now we're going to have women like Eve that give the apple to a man. We are going to have women like Jezebel, which is the one that I want to dwell on about the story that I'm telling you, because I was shown that this woman has got a Jezebel spirit in her. So they manifested all these things through this illusion that they created, this system. So what does the Jezebel want? They want the control. They want power. What did Jezebel want? Power and control over Rahab. So all these things that you are seeing in the Bible, because it's a book that is meant to direct a life, it's now magic manifesting in the real world. That's why you see the imbalance that we now see in the world. Listening, ne? Yeah. So why would the system do that? For power and control and greed. Power, control, greed. So now what happens? There is a show that they put up. They entertain you with things, make you see television, or they're listening to the radio. They make you think that they are doing the nice things, but behind the scenes they are gaining control, power, taking resources, wealth, whatever they want to get. They are going to get that, while they keep us, or keep you and me, under an illusion in this system. By the way, it's not only religion that is a system. I'm going to speak about religion because that's my part, which I was born to speak on. That's why I was raised in the church since I was born, because I was born to look at to dissect, because I'm not a person that just lives like on the surface. I go deep, I analyze, I see how people are behaving, how things are done. So I was born to do these things. So I speak about religion because I was born to speak. Maybe my purpose is not limited, by the way, because I'm a Pisces. I am everything and I am nothing. So maybe when I'm done with this religion speaking topic, I'm going to get into other systems that are also an illusion. But I'm not going to touch on that now, because I have to work in the framework that I'm being told to work in at the moment. So you have to learn. That's why I always speak about discernment. Use your intuition. Know what you came here to do. Use your discernment to know what is your role. What are you here to do in this lifetime? Do you understand? So I know the video might have been all over the place, but I hope you got the message of what is really happening. So, and I feel sorry for these men who have these kids with these women, because the moment this woman saw that I was now in the picture, she became even more nicer, and there was no reason for this man who believes in things that he can see to think that there was anything wrong. So I feel sorry, like my heart was breaking, like I've never felt pain. Even now, like I still cry about that oh God. So God said it's now up to him, and it's always going. God was teaching me a lesson that even as a Pisces, because Pisces people, we think that we can heal everyone, we can heal everything, we can heal situations, but that was the most painful situation to go through, knowing that there was nothing that I could do that could make that man to see what I was seeing. And trust me, I did everything. I pray, guys. No, you don't. That's why I'm saying, like, you don't even know who I am. Those that know me think they see my that part of me where I pray to God, where I humble myself before God. They look at it as being naive, but it's because I know the forces that back me up. Me, when I go to pray, don't play in my energy. Don't play in the spirit of light that protect me. You don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with my protection, because when I speak like this, I'm being told to be bold. No one can do nothing to you. We are here. And and when people see me smiling and laughing, they think, oh, that dumb, she's speaking about nothing. No, try. Let's see. But listen, so I could feel my heart breaking for that man. I prayed for him. I fasted for him. I did everything. Like I would take his clothes. I would pray for them. I would do everything in my power to say, I want this man to be saved. I want him to I don't want him to. But God said, this is how life is like. Everyone has got free will. That is the gift of free will. So when God said, leave this man, oh my God, my heart was breaking. Like, you don't understand. No, I don't think, I was still talking about this, that there's no pain like knowing things that other people do not know, or seeing things that other people do not see. There's no pain like that pain. There's no pain, because most of the times my life is just to sit and observe. Like, there's nothing that I can do, because God tells me they are sovereign beings. They have free will. They have to make their own choices. That's the most painful part, where you cannot. No, but with this man, oh my God, I gave everything. I gave of myself. I gave everything when you're trying to protect someone. So it's like Pisces is like a mother. You know how mothers will protect their children. Like, I'll be like, you hit me. You want to go to this one? Come through me, because I could see, and I think that woman also knew that this one is not a normal one. It's not like the one that I've dealt with. I gave everything for that man, but now because he thinks that, oh, the our fires, it goes to his head. It goes to his head. He thinks, he thinks now, but there's no pain like the pain of seeing things that other people do not see, and seeing a person make choices that lead to death, and you can't do anything about it. It's painful. So you think that is luxurious? No, these people keep quiet. We die with so much that people don't even know that we are dying with in our hearts. Like the pain that I would feel about this man, even when God has said leave, I stayed there for more than I was supposed to stay, because I wanted to protect him. But when I saw that I now had nothing also to offer, like it was now eating me, whatever was happening was now destroying me, myself now. Because when God says leave, you leave. Otherwise, the protection God is going to take that. Oh, you think you are the macho one. Okay, stay. Let's see. So I ended up leaving. But even after I left, I never stopped praying for this man. I never stopped. My heart, my God, you don't want to love like a Pisces. You don't want to love like a Pisces. Because when we love, Pisces don't care about materialistic things, by the way. We don't care about this. What can you do? What do you have? When we choose you, and once we have chosen you, it goes deep. No, you don't understand. You know what? Maybe other Pisces people can try to go ask or research. Just now, this information is all over internet. Go just find out, how does a Pisces love feel like, or whatever. you know. So it's this. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to tell you more information about this story, but I want you to know that this system, this imbalance has caused an imbalance in how this reality that we are living in is now suffering because of the imbalance that was caused by giving us a Bible that is imbalanced, and it was on purpose. And like I said, we are living in this life to it's here to strengthen us. We are here to learn how to control our emotions. So whatever you are facing, you have to be strong, because if the women of light, I want you to tell you now, if you're a woman of that functions in the light, for you to come up and function in the role that God has brought you here in this world, in your purpose, especially with what's happening around, you're going to face a lot. That's why I'm saying you have to be courageous, be fearless, be resilient. You are going to go through death and you're going to feel like you are dying, but you won't die. So you have to be very strong, warrior strength. So women of light, to fight this system, and trust me, this system already knew that this time of Aquarius was going to come. So they are prepared. They are ready for you to try, and now that is the edge of truth. It won't just be easy as I'm now stepping in the truth. There's going to be war. So the system functions in fear. I've already told you. So always deal with your fear. Whatever you feel like you're afraid of, deal with the fear. Deal with the fear so that you will not be controlled by anything that wants to make you afraid. So I was also saying that I'm not afraid, even if right now as I'm speaking and I have to die speaking what I'm speaking, I have played my part. I die proud, because I came here and I did what God brought me to do in this earth. And this is not to spread the spirit of fear, is to enlighten you. This is to let you know the truth. You have to know the truth so that the truth can break the shackles, set you free. So whether you listen to me or you don't listen to me, it's your free will. You have a choice to do whatever you want with your life. Yeah. So I'm just here to speak what I can speak. And like I said, all these things are based on my experiences. So do your own research. After you hear me speaking, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. And I always tell you, I'm not here to convert anyone to say, oh, believe in this or believe in this. I always tell you, my number one priority is for you to learn to go inward. Go inward and find the truth, what is really true. Because if you are looking for the truth in this world, as I've told you, that this Bible that you think that has got all the answer, or these books that you think have all the answers, whether I don't even know. I don't want to talk about the Quran and the other books, because I have not really read them. I've just gone through the surface, and I don't want to speak. The Bible, oh my God, you can't tell me about the Bible. I've read the Bible. I know the Bible. Genesis, you tell me whatever. I know the Bible. So I'll speak about it because I know it. So I'm telling you, if you're going to base your life on those things, you're going to get lost, because it's got half truth, not the full truth. So now it is time for the women of light that practice the light magic to rise up and take their place, the pure feminine, the energy that was suppressed, that godly woman, the godly woman that was suppressed. It's time for her to rise up now and take her place. So this is to say that I am not perfect. I'm not perfect. I only know what I have discovered, because my life is a journey. I'm still too young. There is no way that I can know everything, but I can only tell you what I'm being told to tell you thus far. And one thing about me, you'll never hear me speaking about something if I don't have any concrete substance where I don't speak when I'm not told to speak about something. The only time I speak is because I've been told speak now. Then I speak. And by the way, I speak even when I'm afraid. I speak even when I'm shaking. I speak even when I'm like, oh my God, I will speak. I'm the person that takes risks. I'm a person that will do the craziest things that God says I should do. You don't know what I've done because I just listened to what God was saying. So that's why I was saying this channel is for the brave ones, the courageous ones, the ones that choose to follow the voice of God through and through. So now the women of that go with that are the opposite of Jezebel, because the Bible has told us about Jezebel, that's all we see. The Jezebels, we see the Eve, we see the women that are mediocre. They are not really in their marks, because that's what the Bible has gave us, breadcrumbs of the feminine power. So the moment I met that woman, God said, Jezebel spirit. There were no two ways about it. God just said Jezebel spirit. And immediately I was like, oh boy. Funny thing is, I never thought about the Ahab spirit sitting on the man, because when Jezebel dominates, she steals the show. And Jezebel sekafikile. Nizwazi ukuthi sekuno-Jezebel manje, uJezebel nguye ophethe. So uJezebel can steal the limelight from Ahab. So even like, angithi ukuthi uJezebel was like the ones that was the one obekathatha ama-decisions. She was the one that was making decisions on behalf of Ahab. So it was as if Ahab was just looked like she was in power. He was in power. Yabona sengizengithi she ngoba bebamdominated. So now the moment I met that woman, like the moment we came face to face, because I'm in a relationship, so, and they have a child together. So the guy thought maybe the woman is mature, to handle such stuff. But oh no, she was not mature. She was not. She caused drama, guys. But I will spare you the details of my experiences, the details. But I want to help the men out there that might be, because obviously ngeke wazi ukuthi when you have the spirit of Ahab on you, especially if kungumuntu ongasonti, awazi nokuthi there's a person called Ahab. So mina, because I've been through the Christian, and I know, that's why don't throw away the Bible just because I'm saying it's got half truth. It teaches you a lot. Even with that information that is there, you still learn a lot from that information. So now you would think that you would encounter a Jezebel in real life, but I did. So I want to help you out if for men to recognize a Jezebel in their life, and the Jezebels, they know who to target. They have, like I've specified, they target specific men especially who are not really healed, an unhealed masculine. So Jezebel represents an unbalanced feminine, a distorted feminine, and this feminine comes as a result of the imbalance. So the distorted feminine is going to take over. We're speaking about this, and that's what we're speaking about. So now I want you to give you other traits of the Jezebel spirits, so that you can be able to recognize a Jezebel spirit. Because just because they speak about Jezebel in the Bible, it does not mean that Jezebel is just a woman that was there in the Bible. The Bible is not a literal thing. It's an archetype. And i-archetype yindlela yokwenza komuntu. So ikhuluma ngabantu ukuthi umuntu kunomuntu olokwenza kanje, kunomuntu olokwenza kanje. So uzenzo zika Jezebel zibuya uma umuntu ekanje, or zibuya ngenxa yokuthi bavunyelwe yindoda engathathanga indawo yayo. So ngenye into okumele liyazi leyo ukuthi uJezebel ubuya ngenxa yokuthi indoda yehluleke ukuphakama yabamba isihlalo sayo njengendoda. If a man does not accept his responsibility as a man, then uJezebel uzobuya lana ezogcwalisa that gap that the man has left, and then that's why she comes controlling and dominating. And okay, so let me slow down, let me break it down to you ukuthi uJezebel ufunctiona kanjani ne? No, actually let's finish up ukuthi uJezebel comes as a result because leadership, the leadership has avoided the responsibility because of an avoidant masculine. If a masculine does not accept his role as a divine masculine, the role that they were given by God, that causes a Jezebel to come into life, to come alive. Ne? So if a man is passive, ne, and a man is seeking approval, they like I said, they target men that have got maybe, let's say, mommy issues. They are seeking approval, a man that is not healed. So if a man is avoidant because of their unhealed trauma, if a man is passive because of their unhealed trauma, if a man is seeking approval because of their unhealed trauma, so they target the authority that is not that does not have a backbone. So that's where a Jezebel will manifest. And so you will not be able to, so such a man or an Ahab, a man who's got like an Ahab spirit, who's dominated, they are most cases they are not able to control this Jezebel because they are afraid of them. They are afraid of that spirit. So until that man heals their traumas and assume the responsibility and the leadership, the true leadership that they've been given by God, that's the only time that they'll be able to overcome a Jezebel spirit. I used to be very frustrated at this man because I used to tell him, like, you don't know how to put this woman in her place. You don't know, she's controlling you. She's running all over your head. She's controlling you. And he would get angry at me. Maybe nambengazi nokubeka kahle amagama, but I could already, God had told me with this woman is a Jezebel spirit. But already Nami, because I sense the energy of a person, I can feel, and the moment I told you, I can feel the that when a person is functioning in that spirit, the toxic vibes, it makes me, I feel like I can rise up and really punch that person. I can beat that person. It makes me very, very angry, like to see a person that functions in the negative side or in the toxic side. It's just, it rubs me the wrong way. Like, I can't tolerate such things. Like, that's why whenever I feel toxicity, like I just leave that place. I just leave that place before things get ugly. I just leave. No. But anyway, so a Jezebel will come as a result of a leadership that is that does not have a backbone, or a leaders that do not accept their responsibility. That's how a Jezebel will come into being. So that's why I have to emphasize balance. We need a balanced, a healed masculine and a healed feminine. A healed masculine and a healed feminine equals to perfect life or good life. Ne? So a Jezebel has manipulative power. Ne? She manipulates the power. She's going to she has strategic control. She's not gonna come out as in like and show you that I'm controlling you. No, she's got strategic. She has got strategic control. She knows the buttons to press because they already studied victims abo. They bababonile abantu babo ukuthi lo unje, so they already know. And as long as that man is not healed, they will know how to manipulate that man. Ne? And then they also they command their influence through intimidation. Ne? So that's why I was saying, it's mostly if they have a child with you, they'll intimidate you using that child. I'll take this child. You won't see this child. They intimidate you using the child. And then they dominate you through emotional manipulation or emotional pressure. They can cry for things that you don't even know, just to work on your emotions. They are good emotional manipulators, like these Jezebel spirit people. They will emotionally manipulate you. Like I'm telling you, the moment I arrived in the picture, that woman became she was an angel, I'm sure. So they are good at emotionally manipulating you. So you have to know, if you're a man that's gonna be moved to, oh, the woman is crying or whatever, oh, she's must be sincere, because they know how to emotionally manipulate you. They know how to they will put you under emotional pressure. This one used to cause drama in the public, like in public places where the man is gonna be feeling embarrassed, and the man is gonna want to come here, what. So they know how to work on your emotions. So they're emotional manipulators. And then they use seductive idolatry. So usually they use their sensuality. They work with the body. They are sensual. So they trap men using sex. They use icansi ukubamba indoda to bind you and control you. And usually even this sex of it, they can use dark magic. Once they sleep with you, they know the spells to cast, so that when they sleep with you, you are bound to them and you won't be able to get away from them. Ne? And then so they use seduction to move their victims away from their covenant identity. So they use sex, they use seduction to lure men away from their calling, from their God-given calling. They will they know they oh gosh, they are very skilled at what they do. So most men, because they don't know, they guys, I cannot emphasize the frustration that I had trying to warn this man, and he wasn't hearing it. So they will not, as I always tell you, the devil is not gonna come with horns. Satan akasoka abuye looking like with horns, and you can see, no. No. So they are a spiritual distraction. So usually these people with the Jezebel spirit, they can already sense the call of God over your life. So they will make sure that they distract you from your calling, that you will never recognize the call of God over your life. So they are a spiritual distraction. They will woo you. So instead of supporting truth, they they um they don't nurture the truth of the man. They don't lead the man to the truth. They protect the ego. And we all know that the ego is not the right way to function. You don't function in the call of God with an ego, right? So they are going to because they don't want this masculine to heal, so they are going to praise their ego based behavior. They are going to praise the unhealed behaviors of a man, like they praise the unhealed parts of the masculine, so that the masculine does not come into the truth of their true identity, ne? And then instead of supporting the righteous supporting the righteous leadership, instead of supporting the righteous leadership, the leadership of doing things in alignment, of following alignment, no, they want to dominate the weak leadership. So if a man does not know who he is, does not know his power, they are going to ride on that. They're not going to support a man who wants to put things in order. The moment they see a man wanting to work in alignment, that's when they want to destroy you or distract you from that purpose. So they dominate weak leadership. So the Jezebel does not create life. So instead of creating life, they orchestrate death. That's why I said I had been shown visions that she's done these things before, of taking these men and they use them, and then after they're done with them, they get rid of them. So they are not even ashamed of. You see, a Jezebel spirit is not ashamed of walking in their path. They walk full force. You don't go and read, those that don't know the Bible, go and read the Bible about how Jezebel used to function. So if Ahab will be like sulking about not getting what he wants, she would go and get those things through manipulation and falsifying things and whatnot. So she she is power without reverence. That's a Jezebel spirit. So she does not create life, she orchestrates death. So she's not afraid to do her things that she wants to do. I'm not even sure if they're even afraid to die themselves. And then the Jezebel spirit, their control is through fear. Ne? A man, the leadership, this man who's not who is the leader but does not have a backbone, they control them through fear. That's why I get it, they'll be saying, I'll take this child, I'll take they just instill fear, or they've got that their power or their presence, because it's a Jezebel spirit. It functions in the dark side and they've chosen that path. So the devil always functions in fear. They operate in fear. So that's how they operate. And how do they instill that fear? Their power is not physical. They don't have physical power. It's psychological. They instill fear in you through in your mind by controlling your mind. They dominate your mind and they control your mind. Ne? So and then they do false teachings. If a man does not know, especially spiritually, they teach false teachings. They pretend a lot. Isn't I told you that they are good at manipulation? So mostly Jezebels will pretend to be exactly what you are looking for. They know that what kind of a woman you are looking for, so they will pretend to be exactly that kind of a woman. So if they sense that you are a kind of a spiritual man who likes things to be in order, upright, they will pretend to be exactly what you are looking for, so that they can trap you and bind you. So mostly if you're a person that goes to church, they will also be like they act like they're devoted to God. Or even if you don't go to church, they just have this tendency of pretending to or acting like they're devoted to God, like this, especially the God factor, because anyone can get away with that. I don't even know, like most people with the Jezebel spirits, they like hiding under the church. They like pretending like to be so mature, to be like they are very devoted to God. I don't even, so that's why I'm saying it's very hard to tell. It'll be very difficult. You have to be very spiritually discerning to be able to see that this is a Jezebel spirit that is operating here, because they are ahead of you. If you are unhealed, if you don't know who you are, they are already ahead of you. And if they've used like umuti on you, maybe the whatever they've used on you is working on you, like especially the emotional manipulation, then you won't be able to catch on. They are good at manipulation and making you like you are the wrong one, you are the bad one, and they become the victim. You are the one that's the bad one. You are the one that's the bad one. So they are good at playing the victim card. They are good. Jezebel spirits I'm telling you, it's an unbalanced feminine. It's a woman who does not know who she is. And because she doesn't know who she is, she's gonna dominate the man that does not know who he is, who does not stand on his power. And they will bamboozle you. They will drag you for years. Some men have been stuck with the Jezebel for years and years, until you assume your responsibility as a man, until you accept the call of God that is on your life. You heal from the traumas and you accept your true identity. That's the only way you can break the Jezebel spirit out of your life. And only then can you speak. Only then the trees are agreeing. They're like, yeah, ushaka. Only then can the Jezebel spirit flee from you, because once you know your power and your authority, then you are going to put your foot down as a man. And when you say this, they know that they can recognize the authority, because they were attracted to you because of your unhealed wounds. If you are now healed, they will also recognize that this is no longer a playground anymore. They operate with sexual immorality, and then they lead people into spiritual compromise. They lead their partners, their victims, into spiritual compromise. That's how you will know that you are dealing with a Jezebel. You are dealing with a Jezebel spirit. Because remember, a Jezebel is not a woman that was there in the Bible. It's a person that is functioning here in the world now, that people are blind to them. Because izinto abazenzayo, like I'm saying, this woman would come and be smiley in the face. They function behind the scenes. You will not know them, you will not see them through physical. That's why I don't even trust anyone that comes to me and laughs with me and thinks that I have to buy their smile. No, I will feel your energy. I'm grateful that God made me to know people. I can feel your energy and know exactly who you are through not your smile, not the appearance that you want me to see. No. So now what happens is that when you mix a weak masculine or unhealed masculine, weak leadership, authority that does not have a backbone, with a Jezebel spirit, what happens when you join those two? There is corruption. There's corruption. It enables corruption to happen. There's spiritual decay. So those two, even if Ahab may look like he wasn't doing much, it was because of Jezebel. No, it was because Ahab failed to assume his true leadership role. So because of his lack of assuming his true identity, it allowed Jezebel to operate in her ways, in the way that she was operating. So both of them are accountable. I'm even thinking like now. So those are the ways that a Jezebel spirit functions. So I hope you'll be able to identify, and you have to use discernment. That's why it's important for the masculine to heal. That's why I will always emphasize, go inward, heal yourself, so that you'll be able to identify these things or these spirits. Because most of the times we think that we are dealing with people. We are not just dealing with people. I don't even know. There's this verse that says that asilwi nenyama, silwa nemimoya. We are not fighting against flesh and blood. We are fighting against spirits, the principalities. So whenever you're looking, people, you would read the Bible and you think that no, these things used to happen in the Bible. Stop reading the Bible as things that were happening literally. The Bible is telling you about what is happening now, what is taking place now. So the world is imbalanced right now. So you have to pray against these things, because the Jezebel spirit is inside a person. We are not just dealing with. Don't just meet me and think that I'm just a flesh. That's why I'm always. That's why I was saying in that video that you can't meet me and think because I look naive or I look sweet or I look innocent and you think I'm weak, or you think you can just do whatever you want. You don't know the spirits that are within me. You don't know what protects me. So the same way, you won't know if a person is smiling and laughing at you. It does not mean that they have the best interest ngawe in their heart. A Jezebel spirit will never want to let you go. So because they want to stay attached to you, they are going to make you feel guilty for wanting to chase after your goals. They are going to emotionally manipulate you for wanting to leave them. They are going to emotionally manipulate you for wanting what's better, for wanting a better life. So they would rather have you suffer with them than you go and get what you want, than you go and chase after your dreams. So they will emotionally manipulate you into staying with them for forever.
They'll emotionally manipulate you into never leaving them, into never chasing after your dreams, into never going after what you want. So, and they will emotionally manipulate you, tears and everything. They will make you feel guilty. Like I said, they will turn the victim card. They'll make you feel like you are a bad person. You are the bad one for wanting what's good for you. It's like they would want you to stay with them in a burning building, or they would, let's say, they will set the house on fire, and then they want you to stay with them, and stay with them in that burning building and die with them, because they make bad decisions. This as a Jezebel spirit, they make bad decisions, and when you want to leave, they want you to stay and face the consequences of their decisions with them. That's a Jezebel spirit. So they'll always want to make you feel bad for not wanting to stay in the burning building which they set on fire. They they were going to make you feel bad for wanting to save your life from the building or from a house which they set on fire. So this video is now very long. Anyway, so those are the traits of Jezebel, and this all comes because of an imbalanced system. Because if a masculine cannot take their rightful divine role, it's going to give birth to also a distorted feminine, a feminine that's going to want control, that is going to want to fill the place that has been left by the unhealed masculine. Ane? So remember, healthy masculine plus healthy feminine equals to life. Weak masculine plus manipulative feminine equals to destruction. Weak masculine plus distorted feminine equals to destruction. I just want to say, do not get offended by my messages that I post here. My messages are not to trigger you. At the end of the day, life is about sticking to your truth. What is true to you, what resonates with you, with your soul. So take what I'm saying, take what resonates to you, what you feel is truth to you. If it does not feel like truth, leave it. Do not take it. Do not allow yourself to be triggered by information that is not true to you. These messages, like I've said in my other previous videos that I've recorded before, that these are letters to my unborn children, because I will raise my children the way that I want to raise my children. So this could just be simply letters to my unborn children. Do not let information that does not speak to your truth take you out of your own path. We are all different individuals here on this path, on this earth. Our journeys are different. We are different souls. The dreams that I see at night are not the same dreams that you see at night. The dreams that you see at night are not the same dreams that I see at night. Our souls are unique. We are all different and unique in our own path. So take what resonates with you. Leave what does not. That is very, very important. That is why you must have a high level of discernment to know what is yours and what is not, because we are all different and all unique. Again, these could just be letters to my unborn children. All right. So this is Indonia Manzi with African Fairy.